come to the part of the showcase where we get to talk about Tamina. Ever since walking in WWE, shoulder to shoulder with the Usos, Tamina's alliance with this dynasty has never been in question.
I remember watching Monday Night Raw and I seen Tamina debut with my brothers. It was a pretty cool, dynamic, right? Two of my brothers and Tamina.
Together, Tamina and the Usos helped each other navigate through a trial-filled first year in WWE, making sure they all survived together. In later years, Tamina has formed alliances with both Naomi and Nia Jax, honoring this family's connection. While Tamina has looked to create her own name in the industry, she has never missed a chance to acknowledge her place in this family either. Trained by Afa and Sika, the wild Samoans, Tamina was instilled with the same instincts that have carried each member of this family to wrestling glory. Her in-ring approach is similar to many in the bloodline, quick striking, high-impact attacks, and smothering holds. As capable with a super kick for a big splash as anyone else, Tamina has maintained a remarkable level of success in her WWE career. A constant contender, Tamina has competed for the Women's Championship on many occasions. She's also held the Women's Tag Team Championships along with 9 separate reigns as the 24/7 champion. Tamina has proven capable in any environment against any opponent. Tamina is always the perfect test for a rising contender. Defeating Tamina proves that you're at the top of your game, and she will always expose those who aren't quite ready yet. Taking her lightly is the easiest way to book your visit to the local medical facility. Tamina has taken part in many memorable moments, but in the 2K25 showcase, we're going to give you the chance to make history. In the first ever women's Money in the Bank match, Carmella, of all people, would walk out victorious after letting someone else do all the work. Tamina, Becky Lynch, Natalya, and Charlotte Flair were all robbed of a great opportunity that night by Carmella. So this is your chance to make it right. Showcase Tamina's grit and take out the other 4 ladies in this ladder match to become the first ever winner of the Women's Money in the Bank. Carmella might still sneak out with the win, but if she does, she's doing it on her own because we're not allowing anyone else at ringside for this match in our showcase.
We are making history tonight here in St. Louis, the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
The following is the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Introducing first, from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair looking to become a Triple Crown champion. Every title, every opportunity she has put in front of herself, she has seized. This is a night where careers change forever.
You're right, Cole. You can feel it. Legends are going to be made. Careers defined. Hearts broken. This is Money in the Bank.
And Byron, Becky Lynch with a very astute point. I rip off arms. You can't exactly climb a ladder with no arms.
Next, from Scotland, Ireland, Becky Lynch.
To add to that, Michael, I talked to Becky earlier and I asked, are you nervous about this? She said, yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm more excited than anything because I get to be part of history.
Becky Lynch, the first woman drafted to SmackDown. First SmackDown Women's Champion. Can she become the first Miss Money in the Bank?
Well, you can feel the excitement the moment they brought out the ladders before this show started. There is a big fight field right here in St. Louis.
There's a big fight coming. Tamina, perhaps the most dominant superstar in this match.
And I guarantee she is not fazed by taking on 4 different opponents in a ladder match.
From the Pacific Islands, Tamina.
This is a milestone moment that is being watched all over the world.
And Tamina is hoping to live up to her family's legacy. She wants that briefcase. She wants that title. It's in her blood.
Mella is money, and she is as confident as ever.
Making her way to the ring from Staten Island,
Byron, Carmella's made a couple of good points recently, saying, I was the last woman drafted in the WWE draft last summer. How big of a chip is on her shoulder?
Well, she's got a huge chip on her shoulder. And also, don't forget, Carmella has had some major victories lately. So she has all the fuel you could need heading into a match of this type.
Natalya, another superstar who walks into this match thinking she has legacy on her side tonight.
and from Kabul, Alberta, Canada, Natalya.
Every last woman in this match has chased this opportunity so fiercely. They have chased the championship, perhaps none more so than Natalya.
Winning Money in the Bank would certainly go a long way to helping Natalya prove she too is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Winning that briefcase is like taking the proverbial express lane to success.
This new generation of female superstars are providing yet another milestone moment here. Tamina, Charlotte, Carmella, Natalya, and Becky Lynch are going to climb the ladder and retrieve the briefcase, become the first ever Miss Money in the Bank. Is there anyone more intimidating in this group than Tamina?
I've said it before, it could be a coming out party for Tamina. This is her time to live up to her family's legacy.
If Tamina wins the contract, it guarantees her first title opportunity in over 2 years.
More than an opportunity, it pretty much guarantees Tamina will become the next women's champion.
Such a dangerous setting for all these superstars. Ladders are everywhere. Each competitor is only limited by their imagination.
What a time to have this contest.
Good God, just a disgusting thud right here at ringside.
Oh, nice. Contract that can change lives hanging above the ring. Probably the most profitable opportunity in our sport. 15 out of 17 superstars have successfully cashed in the Money in the Bank contract.
A surprise cash-in has only failed once, and the other failed cash-in was alerted to a week in advance. You are almost certain to become the next SmackDown Women's Champion if you grab the contract tonight.
And that was an efficient display of offense with that maneuver.
We might want to get mobile, boys.
Let's hope the visit to our desk is only temporary.
You can't get caught in a tailspin like that if you want to win. Now clearing the announce desk. This isn't going to... From way up. No safe haven in this match. These ladders can be your best friend or your worst enemy. There's no allies in this match. It's everyone for herself.
There is no room for friends when history's being made.
Not when you can go down in the record books as the first Miss Money in the Bank.
Time is your enemy here. I just don't know if there's enough of it to get it down. Big clothesline. Incoming. Drop. And the boat struggling a bit to stay afloat there.
Some dominant offense there from the one and only man. Strong kick. My goodness. Making one hit.
And look at the playing field. The majority of these women love to utilize their submission offense to put opponents away.
Tapping someone out won't win this match, but these women should not shy away from using the biggest weapons in their arsenal. We've heard Becky say she was going to rip arms off tonight. You can't exactly climb a ladder with no arms.
Don't worry about that now. Just get out of the way, Saxton.
No, you know what? Stay right there, Saxton. From behind, back suplex.
Down to the mat. And outside she goes. What's her plan here?
She drops a clubbing blow.
3 second-generation superstars competing in this match. Carmella, Charlotte, and Tamina. And Natalia, of course, a third-generation superstar. Women bred for these kind of moments.
Any of these women will add a significant chapter to her legacy if she can become the first Miss Money in the Bank. Waistlock applied and launched into a German suplex.
Look at this. Snap suplex. And Becky there wasn't looking her best when she took that shot. She's leaning the ladder in the corner. I've never seen anything good come out of this. And she had Natalia's number there.
Big time clothesline. Good grief.
Flair getting out of the ring the hard way. She's headed to the outside. No threat of count out here.
In the corner. Has to find a way out of it. From behind. Snap German suplex.
And she's only taking more damage at this stage.
Yeah, the effects of this ladder match are not going to go away anytime soon.
She's going up now. Going up high.
Able to slip out of that one.
And an impactful display of offense we just witnessed there. She's starting to struggle here.
Yeah, Cole, taking this much damage now seriously impacts your speed up the ladder. Gentlemen, this is what I believe we refer to as unloading. Putting the boots to an opponent will take the fight out of them in a hurry. Tamina not caring that Becky's a fan favorite. The crowd's adulation is meaningless. All that matters is the contract suspended above the ring. Tamina's been showing so much dominance in this match.
Oh, get ready. She knows exactly what she's doing with this submission hold. And I think this is just such a narrow window to escape, but she found it.
Money in the Bank briefcase still hanging high. This is what it's all about. The opportunity of a lifetime. What are you willing to do? How much can you sacrifice to be the first Miss Money in the Bank? Reigns. Becky Lynch rolls through, and she's disarmed and locked in.
And somebody get in there to stop this. She releases the hold.
No harm in changing things up if the submission isn't working the way you want it to.
What you just saw is why we say Charlotte is genetically superior.
Yeah, undeniable athleticism from the Queen. Can it pave her way to the top of the ladder? Brutal boot.
Drops the leg. Tamina's absolutely wrecking shop on Natalia, making sure the veteran won't have the strength to climb a ladder at all. Sliding back into the ring. Powerful contact by Tamina.
Charlotte just rubbing it in now.
She keeps on talking, but is she actually going to deliver?
Natalya in some big trouble here.
Yeah, this is troubling. Can only hold on for so long now. Becky's got bad intentions in mind. My goodness! And then look at that!
History on the line. Guaranteed championship opportunity. Nothing but carnage happening in this one.
5 women fighting for their key to destiny. Willing to go through hell for it. This could be the beginning of the end. Uh-oh. Sharpshooter applied. Just looking to do some damage. This whole can. She's trying to ask for mercy, but not even tapping out can help her. Kick to the gut. Ooh, brutal form.
And that was an effective attack, guys.
Ooh, what a nasty kick. Insulting.
Flair delivering the chop. Natural selection. Bye-bye, Carmella. I don't think she'll be climbing a ladder after that.
Shin breaker.
How in the world do these superstars have anything left at this point?
The arena's thinking the same thing. All eyes are focused on this moment.
Counters it over at the rock. We might need to consider relocating soon.
Yeah, this fight's getting closer and closer to our table.
Ladders in position. Gonna make the climb.
Trying to grab it.
Every second up there is allowing the opposition to recover.
Better hurry.
And Carmella is still showing a lot of signs of life in this one. Not done yet.
Yeah, Becky's showing off that toughness, but for how much longer? Carmella with a super kick.
Charlotte doesn't have a chance of coming back from that maneuver.
It is absolutely deafening in the building right now.
And Becky is in some seriously choppy territory.
Yeah, Natalya's been able to stay with it and has the advantage here.
She sees her rising to her feet. This is her opportunity.
Getting back to her feet, but maybe only for a moment. From the top.
Look at this, Byron. Here comes a suplex.
Slingshot. And a stiff shot to her core there. Eventually a kick to the body. Scooping up her opponent and driving them down. And the core taking on some damage. Looking for the suplex all the way up. Look at this power. Oh no. Into a chop block. Stiff headbutt.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that'll bust her open.
Well, there she goes.
Sits straight to the corner. Ooh, targeting the leg there.
Hooked up in the corner. The Explorer hanging in the corner.
Climbing up. Is there enough time to go for the win? She's stretching, but can she get it right?
I assure you, this is even harder than it looks.
Trying not to fumble around too much here.
Can't waste any time now. Gotta get her off that hook.
Back into the ring now.
Kick to the gut. Here's the second submission specialist, Natalya.
Oh yeah, Natalya. This is a Hart family tradition. The sharpshooter, Byron. And look at her giving up. She's quitting, but it doesn't save her from the hold here. Catches the leg.
Clothesline. Ouch. Muay Thai clinch. And a series of vicious knee strikes to the body.
Exiting the ring, taking the action outside. Sliding into the ring now.
Straight impact on the throat. She better hurry. She doesn't have much time.
This is the chance. Could be the only one.
Hands must be shaking up there, making it difficult to capture glory.
Tamina.
That's it. Tamina has the briefcase. Tamina is Miss Money in the Bank.
The winner of the Money in the Bank contract and the first ever Miss Money in the Bank, Tamina!
Any member of this family that enters the professional wrestling business knows about the expectations that are gonna be on their back. They know about the prestige that their very name carries. They know that those who came before them have accomplished so much, bearing the weight of those legacies. Any member of this family that enters the professional wrestling business knows about the expectations that are gonna be on their back. They know about the prestige that their very name carries. They know that those who came before them have accomplished so much. Bearing the weight of those legacies can prove to be way too much for almost anyone. But that was never the case for Jimmy and Jey Uso. Jimmy and Jey Uso looked to be stars from the very start, constantly evolving their look, style, and offense as they progressed in their careers. Face paint and war dances would fade away, and the two would embrace the day one-ish mentality, looking to punish opponents and send them to the Uso penitentiary. The Usos are 8-time WWE Tag Team Champions. The Usos have main evented WrestleMania after initially fighting for a mere spot on the card. The Usos were the premier team of the 2010s. The Usos are the greatest team of all time. Jimmy and Jey are poetry in motion, each knowing what the other is looking to do next, each using every bit of savvy they gained growing up in professional wrestling to keep their edge. And sure, in recent years, it's been difficult between the two. Jimmy did cost Jey his match at SummerSlam against your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. After months of the anger building between the two, Jimmy and Jey ended up as the first two entrants in the 2024 Royal Rumble match, bringing things to a head. But even that moment wasn't enough to settle the issue, and so they would fight again at WrestleMania 40. Jey Uso truly became main event and found his inner yeet, even adding another tag team championship with Cody Rhodes as his partner. As your wise man eventually would suffer as well, Jimmy found himself betrayed by Solo Sikoa and unceremoniously dumped out of Solo's version of the Bloodline. When Jimmy and Jey are a tag team, they are pure art. They are the reason for the resurgence of tag team wrestling's popularity over the last 15 years. And perhaps, oh, perhaps, their grandest moment came during the 2017 Hell in a Cell, when they would lock horns with perhaps their greatest opposition ever, The New Day. From July to October of that year, the SmackDown Tag Team titles would change hands 4 times between the two teams, both looking for ultimate bragging rights. The Usos' connection as twins always gave them an upper hand with most teams. But the New Day had their own trick, utilizing the Freebird rule to allow any two of the three members to compete in any match. Jimmy and Jay could never know for sure who the opponents would be, with a different game plan needed for each iteration. With nothing clearly settled after 4 months, the New Day would offer to defend inside Hell in a Cell, and the Usos gladly accepted. We've seen the Usos showcase tag team wrestling at its most beautiful. Now we want you to showcase the brutality that exists within Hell in a Cell. Big E and Xavier Woods are going to use everything at their disposal to take you down. But you've been down since day one. Now it's time to force the New Day to realize there's nothing wrong with them being in second place. And there's nothing that's stopping you inside Hell in a Cell.
It's a new day, yes it is!
Are you prepared to kick off Hell in a Cell with the 4-time tag team champions?
The following contest is a tag team Hell in a Cell match and is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Accompanied by Kofi Kingston at a combined weight of 490 pounds. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Xavier Woods and Big E, the New Day.
Well, I can't say that I'm ever prepared for a man swiveling his hips and playing the trombone on the way to the biggest fight of his life.
This is our first Hell in a Cell match of the night. The New Day actually requested this match to defend their tag titles.
Who would have thought 4 months ago when this rivalry began that it would end once and for all inside Hell in a Cell?
New Day about to make it evident that the time for fun and games is over.
This is the first time that tag titles will ever be defended inside Hell in a Cell.
And at a combined weight of 493 pounds, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
Tonight in Detroit, the Usos welcoming New Day into the penitentiary. This is going to be like a Chow Hall beatdown.
In every sport, you hear about super teams. Well, tonight, we're seeing 2 super teams of the modern era. This is going to be special.
Tornado tag rules here, gentlemen. 2-on-2 as Kofi is going to be locked outside the structure.
Pinfall submission needs to happen in the ring, but we all know this fight's going to go everywhere before that happens.
Tonight in Detroit. This is the 20th anniversary of this barbaric match. The Usos and the New Day must be prepared for pain and punishment.
2 of the greatest tag teams ever. One of the best rivalries going today. It all comes to a head right now for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
Corey, a few weeks ago, we saw the New Day walk out of SmackDown as champs in a street fight. A match the Usos handpicked, but this environment is totally different.
There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I
think the New Day played right into the Usos' hand when they selected this match. Jimmy and Jay have a street mentality. They're perfectly equipped to turn Hell in a Cell into the Uso penitentiary. Watch the quickness on this. Ouch. And what a burning lariat.
The champ is pinned. We might have a new champion here.
I have a feeling the Usos' objective is to send the New Day to the hospital. Well, two teams so familiar with each other, some innovation with weapons almost becomes a necessity.
Corey, for as entertaining as the New Day are, they can scrap with the best of them. Remember that.
Look, don't let the bootios and trombones fool you. New Day can get done.
Roll up here.
Got there. This was almost over.
What's coming next? Back suplex. Very nice. The Usos following the footsteps of many great family tag teams, the Steiner brothers, the Head Shrinkers, who of course Jay and Jimmy's own father was a member of.
It would be a very proud moment for the Anoa'i family if the Usos can capture their 5th tag team championship here. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree for Jay and Jimmy. Just a factory of the elite specimens come from the Anoa'i blood.
Looking to explore every inch of hell here now. Back into the ring here.
DDT! Talk about devastation. Oh, what an uppercut.
All the talking we've heard leading into this match, we've heard the Usos call the New Day, quote, 3 clowns on a tricycle.
Look, the Usos love the trash talk, but they deliver. And don't act like the New Day don't throw verbal jabs either. We had Big E earlier saying how he's going to drop some gloom and doom of biblical proportions. A prophecy Big E is fully capable of backing too. Super kick! Oh, what an uppercut! Sharp. Oh, man. Boom. Now an uppercut.
Nasty. Now to the ring, to the confines of the chain link enclosure. He'll make his way to the ring. Usos and New Day going at it inside Hell in a Cell, and Jey Uso set outside the ring, and now the New Day on the attack. Big E, as aggressive as I've ever seen him here tonight. And Xavier Woods now with toys, kendo sticks in hand.
And it's about to get more aggressive, more vicious, more barbaric. I've never seen this vicious of a side from the New Day. It's what Hell in a Cell does to you.
Oh, now with the kendo sticks, Xavier Woods unloading. Well, you're saying it, Byron. Hell in a Cell makes you do some awful things. Just attempting to survive, attempting to win.
Do whatever you want, punish however you want. Right now, that seems to be the mission statement of the New Day in order to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
And that's what it's about, proving you're the best in one of the most insane environments in WWE today. The New Day have just changed the whole complexion of this match. I don't know if I've seen New Day go to these shoulders down to retain. And he kicks out of the pen and one.
He's still got more left in the tank. Talking to Xavier, he told me the one thing the Usos have taught us is that we have to embrace a more lawless culture here in WWE. A more lawless culture in this rivalry.
And that could be the reason the New Day chose to have this match in the Hell in a Cell. It's been such a chaotic rivalry. Therefore, only this kind of lawless match could finally put an end to it for good. And enters back into the ring. Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
Clearly thinking a steel chair is what's needed right about now. Cross body. Oh, man. Taking a nasty hit from a flying chair.
The Usos and the New Day have been trading title reigns for the majority of the year now. This, the contractual rematch for the Usos. If they lose, the Usos won't get another opportunity for the titles. And
Pin! Title in the balance.
barely kicks out.
Now is not the time to wallow in disbelief. Pressure must be kept up.
I don't care who you are. You can't take consecutive attacks like that without cover to be crowned champion. Strong kick out of town for the champion. Oh, boom! Oh, that hurt right in the kidney. Golly. A back suplex. And Jimmy and Big A slugging it out middle of the ring. This has been a vicious, brutal match between two of the great tag teams today.
Here comes Jey Uso into the fray alongside of his brother.
Bang! Double super kick.
And the Usos now looking for that patented Uso splash from the top rope.
Uso splash. The cover to win the tag team titles, and Woods handcuffs it all, breaks it up.
At the last possible second, Xavier Woods saving this match for his team. And credit to Woods for his never say die attitude. But Xavier Woods is outgunned right now. And look at Woods still fighting back.
Yeah, with the handcuffs. Using the handcuffs as a weapon.
That's smart.
And Woods now down. And trying to still fight back. What heart from Xavier Woods.
That Hart may not have much more fight left. Jimmy and Jey back up to the top one more time.
Uso splash in stereo. The cover. The Usos win the tag team titles.
Here are your winners and the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos!
Yeah, Ayos. Let's welcome these folks to the Uso Penitentiary.
Next on our showcase is someone who wasn't born into this family, but has put in the time and more than earned her spot. She's always happy to leave haters in the rear view, and when she enters the room, you will undoubtedly feel the glow. Of course, I'm talking about Naomi, who many of you may know has reigned as Jimmy Uso's wife and queen for over 10 years. There's the old saying that behind every good man is an even better woman, and this could not ring more true than Naomi, who I will say is an absolute treasure. Jimmy will frequently speak during old bloodline planning sessions about how much her support and love drove him to improve as a superstar, always stressing her importance not only to the WWE Women's Division, but to his career and his life as well. In the ring, there is no denying Naomi's skills. The former women's tag team and two-time SmackDown Women's Champion has the mental tenacity to push through the toughest part of any match and possesses breathtaking physical skills. Naomi uses her dancing background to constantly innovate with her offense, resulting in some of the most beautiful moves you will ever see, unless you're on the receiving end of them. Naomi is an inspiration to so many of our younger members of the WWE Universe, showing a new generation that anything is possible if you just put in the work and never stop believing in yourself. Naomi has battled against the very best in the women's division, taking on foes like Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Shayna Baszler, and Io Sky.
My favorite moment of Naomi was when she won the title in her hometown, Orlando, at WrestleMania.
To compete against that caliber and maintain the level of success that Naomi has for her entire WWE career is something worth, shall I dare say, acknowledging. Naomi has even teamed with fellow family member Tamina through the years, proving the family you choose can often be the most important. And in true Uso fashion, Naomi shows an unrelenting desire to win, to achieve greatness, and to dominate her opposition. Many mistake her smile as a sign of kindness, but they quickly realize their mistake as Naomi unleashes a flurry of kicks, flies at them with moonsaults from all angles, and then ties them up in knots. Naomi is having fun, but Naomi is never playing. And now, we take you back to the 2020 edition of Super Showdown, which saw Naomi challenge Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Unfortunately, a ridiculously lax referee decided it was just fine for Bayley to basically do whatever the hell she wanted.
Bayley, oh my gosh, she's trapping Naomi's legs in her shirt.
And Naomi wound up suffering an embarrassing loss after Bayley used wardrobe to her advantage. Well, Bayley, we can pretty much guarantee that trick won't work again. This is your chance to help guide Naomi to a third SmackDown Women's Championship, and to do it by defeating one of the greatest competitors WWE has ever seen. Your wise man has nothing but respect and admiration for Bayley's abilities, but those abilities are eclipsed by Naomi's extraordinary trinity: smarts, strength, and aerial attacks that should give all of you everything you need to get the win and the title.
Gentlemen, it's glow time! I got an idea, Saxton. Why don't you glow home? No, I can't, Corey.
When asked earlier this week about this matchup, Naomi said it is an honor to be here, an honor to make history, because for the first time ever, a women's championship will be defended in Saudi Arabia.
Naomi certainly has momentum on her side, and as we've seen in recent weeks, it appears as though Bayley has at least a healthy respect for Naomi. So much of Naomi's career has been predicated on making history. You think back to Naomi being the winner of the inaugural WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, being the first African-American SmackDown Women's Champion, and tonight, once again, an opportunity to make history in her career.
And gentlemen, when Bayley was asked about this history-making match tonight, she said, of course I'm part of this, because history is made by winners. And I'm going to become a role model for everyone here tonight in Saudi Arabia and for everyone around the entire world.
I asked Bayley her thoughts on this match, and she said, new country, same sheep. Bayley is nothing if not confident headed into this match. Oh, and everything you just said is indicative of the new attitude, the new personality of Bayley.
Bayley has been SmackDown Women's Champion for a record-setting 279 days. She's won every title available in WWE. The NXT Women's Championship, the Raw Women's Championship, the two-time SmackDown Women's Champion, a Tag Team Champion, a Money in the Bank winner. Bayley has accomplished it all. But the one thing Bayley has never done in her career, she's never beat Naomi. And believe me, that is a huge point of confidence for Naomi and a huge pressure on the champion.
What an exciting moment for both of these competitors tonight, but once the bell rings, it's down to business. The SmackDown Women's Championship is on the line.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Orlando, Florida, Naomi. And her opponent, from San Jose, California, she is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley.
For the first time ever, we have a women's championship match here in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. Bayley against Naomi. Will Bayley's record-setting reign end here tonight? Bayley versus Naomi, SmackDown Women's Championship on the line.
So much of Naomi's career has been predicated on making history, and tonight she has the opportunity to make even more history. And Naomi's got plenty of momentum coming into this match and is feeling mighty confident herself.
Fired hard into the corner. It crashes to the mat. And Naomi has been quick to take to social media lately, reminding everybody that Bayley has never beaten her one-on-one.
Yeah, not so subtle reminder to Bayley, who has been very insulting, very humiliating to a lot of people in WWE. And that attitude is why Naomi wants to dethrone Bayley. Oh, good Lord! Taking flight, completely throwing self-preservation out the window. I don't know how your mind would even think about doing that.
Kick right to the body.
Let's hope this thing doesn't get any closer to us. Hoping's a good start, but we might be better off just backing up now. Bayley's being caught off guard by Naomi. The champ wasn't expecting such a flurry of offense from the challenger.
And Bayley connected nicely there. We know that Naomi's going to want to pick up the pace in this match, but Bayley's going to look to wear Naomi down.
Yeah, Bayley can also turn up the aggression here in a way I'm not quite sure Naomi can match.
And Naomi keeping Bayley on the top. You gotta be kidding me!
The airtime, the fearlessness. What a ridiculous maneuver to the outside. much fast.
You don't have to tell me twice. And I think it was you, Byron, who asked Bayley if she changed. And she said, I didn't change. I just did what I had to do, and look what I've done.
Well, you're right. Love it or hate it, Bayley's doing what she's had to do by hook or by crook to maintain a stranglehold, trading back and forth blows now. Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs. Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out. It looks like we've got ourselves a brawl here, but it's absolutely drained. They're both refusing to give up. Oh, man.
You can feel the contact, and so does the WWE Universe.
Each exchange just set. Nothing pretty about this, just a good old Donnybrook here.
Oh my, that'll rock you. Here's Bayley landing hard. Watch out. Oh no, went big and pays for it.
I think there's going to be some second guessing about trying that move again.
And she's coming back to the ring now. Using the ropes. Disaster kick.
And she's been busted open.
This could be a turning point in the matchup.
Enziguri finds its mark.
And Naomi has taken the upper hand.
And Naomi continues to somehow have Bayley's number here. And she's set right into that corner.
Quicker than Naomi there.
Now Bayley looking for some momentum. That could be the table turner Bayley desperately needed.
Ooh, just bouncing off the turnbuckle. Sending her up on the top rope. And here we go. Championship's on the line. Naomi's got Bayley in trouble up on the top rope. This could be Naomi's moment.
Smart move by Bayley, protecting her title and going to the eyes.
Oh, what a kick. Bayley is down and in trouble.
Quick thinking by Naomi, looking to close this one out.
Nobody home. Bayley wisely moves out of harm's way. What's Bayley trying to do here?
What the? I think Bayley's trying to trap Naomi's legs in Naomi's own shirt.
A great counter by Naomi. Naomi ducks underneath, and we got a standoff. Great match so far.
Bayley thought she had Naomi, but the challenger was ready. Well, the champion has to find a new strategy in a hurry. Enziguri finds its mark.
And she reversed it. Ah, look at this. Hairpole leg slam.
Able to save herself there. Ooh, saw it coming and got an elbow for their trouble. The mark, real view by Naomi. Could that be enough to gain the title?
And we did it. We have a new champion. Here is your winner and the new SmackDown Women's Champion, Naomi.
Bayley's stranglehold on the SmackDown Women's Championship has ended. The Glow era has begun. Bayley was as aggressive in this match as she's ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, if it weren't for the next two superstars in our showcase, none of this would be possible. Because without Atha and Sika, without the Wild Samoans, there truly is no dynasty. While it was their father who made the blood oath with High Chief Peter Maivia, it was Atha and Sika who built the family up. training generations of relatives, all with the single goal of becoming the best professional wrestler on the face of the planet. And while the two would together be WWE Hall of Famers, based solely on their work as trainers and cultivators of the next generation, their in-ring successes only add to their immortality. Alpha and Sika formed WWE's most dominant tag team of the early 1980s, fighting their way to the WWE Tag Team Championship on 3 separate occasions. Opponents were often defeated before the bell even rang to start the match, falling victim to the aura and the intimidation factor of having to step into the ring with the Wild Samoans. Accompanied by Captain Lou Albano, the trio formed a masterful group that was able to take all opponents off their game, be it through Albano's devious schemes or the overpowering nature of the Wild Samoans. WWE had never dealt with a team so primal, turning each match into a battle of survival. Most feared, the deadly Samoan drop, a move that has been imitated by many, but duplicated only by a chosen few.
There they are, the Wild Samoans.
These are immigrants coming from the island, trying to figure it out, trying to find a way. I couldn't imagine being these men. I couldn't imagine taking on these responsibilities of setting the tone in a whole new country and then trying to break into entertainment on top of that. But they made it work. And that's what we are. We're workers. We make it work.
These tribal elders set the standard for all of their descendants to not only follow, but they also taught their descendants how to surpass it. So beloved were the two that perhaps no moment holds more significance to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, than when he was presented the Ula Fala by his father Sika and Uncle Afa after the 2020 Hell in a Cell event. You see, it was their acknowledgement that gave Roman Reigns the unshakable confidence to continue his journey to becoming the greatest of all time.
The utmost respect, love, and gratitude for those men. Because if my father and uncle don't do what they do, we're not here.
We now humbly present you the honor of walking in the famed footsteps of the Wild Samoans, finding a tag team in WWE's long and storied history that we felt would test the Wild Samoans was not an easy task. But then a thought came to your wise man. Why not give the audience exactly what they want? Why not put the Wild Samoans against one of the greatest tag teams of all time? Why not present Afa, Sika, the Wild Samoans versus Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys? And if we're going to go that far, let's do it in a tables match. Showcase that savage brutality that made both teams the eternal legends we know them to be. No pinfalls, no submissions, no rules. Just be the team that avoids being put through the table, and you will emerge victorious. And with these four men, you better believe that things are going to get extreme.
And here they come. Bubba Ray and Devon are ready for a fight.
That's just what they'll get from Sika, and then some.
The following contest is a tag team tables match. And a combined weight of 603 pounds. Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys.
It takes a strong brotherly bond to agree to go into battle against the Wild Samoans, but that's exactly what Bubba Ray and Devon have.
I have a strong feeling this match isn't going to be for the faint of heart.
Oh, look, the Dudley Boys may not be all there in the head, but they're easily the most highly decorated tag team in pro wrestling history. They've beaten the best, they've beaten the toughest, and they're ready to come in and beat the wildest tonight. Both the Dudley Boys and the Wild Samoans are coming into this tables match with something to prove. Who's the best tag team of all time? Who's the more cohesive, brotherly unit? Who's more savage? Who's more extreme? Gentlemen, we are moments away from finding out the answers to these questions once and for all.
Guys, this is going to be a great one. You can feel the electricity already.
I feel the excitement and some fear, too.
By Captain Lou Albano. And a combined weight of 645 pounds. Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
This tables match might be a dream match for many, but for both the Wild Samoans and the Dudley Boys, this is about to be one team's greatest nightmare.
Sika clearly not looking to back down here.
The Dudleys can certainly handle their own, but they've never faced anyone or anything like the Wild Samoans. Those mean looks on both Alpha and Sika's faces, I'll tell you, they're out for blood. And the Dudleys are about to walk right into the lion's den.
Here's the bell, and it's the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika, taking on Devon and Bubba Ray Dudley, the Dudley Boys.
Two sets of brothers, two sets of absolute madmen, ready to get the tables and get downright savage. Bringing a new definition to the term sibling rivalry. This one will get extremely physical.
And we can harp on how this match was something almost tailor-built by the Dudley Boys. With a famous series of TLC matches they've had, the Dudleys have become synonymous with the king in TLC.
And that didn't stand for tender, Cole. It means tables, and it means lots of them. Yeah, and if Bubba Ray and Devon can get the Wild Samoans to a table tonight, it will really add to the Dudley Boys' legacy even further.
Kick right to the midsection, and Devon Dudley turning it around.
Short jab. Just raining down those shots to the back of the neck. Clubbing blows.
Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo.
From way up, crash and burn. A gruesome landing. I don't know how you walked away from that. Oh, my right. Yeah, that's some attitude behind it.
Not a good spot to be in. Now, these are obviously two juggernaut tag teams clashing, but this is also a match that clearly favors one team over the other. Be honest, Corey, do you think the Wild Samoans really have a chance in this one?
This is the Dudleys' wheelhouse, Cole. No team knows more about excelling in a tables match than Devon and Bubba Ray. The Wild Samoans have a lot of unbroken working in their favor, but ultimately, they're up against the Masters. Oh, the knee takes a big hit.
Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train. It's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. The Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat.
The short clothesline hits its mark.
He's set. Launching. Stops the attack with a power slam.
What's he being put in? He finds a counter from Bubba Ray.
Ah, jeez. Now this is just classless.
Somebody's got to put a stop to this.
A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans. Like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it would take for the Dudley Boys to have control of them.
Maybe they'll take a sledgehammer? A truck? They're not human, Byron. You can knock them down, but they'll keep coming back. Such a peculiar look coming on the apron, through the air, and connects. Bam! Oh, great wherewithal there. He gets into the ring, working on the leg.
And Bubba clearly ready for a fight here.
Oh, God, what an elbow. He is looking to do some serious harm. And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Alpha and Sika are even aware of what the take before. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting a bell to eventually ring.
Oh, running STO plants him.
Nicely done.
What a headbutt. Vicious. Man, that'll fillet your chest. He's finding himself in some territory he does not want to be in.
Might want to start setting up some tables before this match gets out of hand. Oh, snake eyes caving in their face.
And that blow has him waiting.
Up top, into the Samoa drop. Incredible. Alpha and Sika might have just shown us the prelude to the Dudley's demise.
Crashing down hard. Brought back into the ring from the floor now.
Hold on. Is he thinking of a submission here?
No. Wait, hold on. Look at this. And he's found a way out of the hold. Coming back from the outside now. Setting up for something here.
Running power slam.
The Dudley Boys came in tight, knowing they had to turn up the dial. Had to match Alpha and Sika's level of aggression. Bubba Ray and Devon know they have to be extreme as they can be.
Yeah, but what the Dudleys call extreme, the Wild Samoans just call regular old Tuesday. Alpha and Sika are just a different breed of wrestler.
Look, I don't care who you are. You could be King Kong or Kaiju. It's going to be curtains for you if you're on the top.
Double axe handle.
I don't know what they're looking for here.
A steel chair? Something we all know can be a devastating weapon.
What a shot. Straight brutality coming right at you.
Oh, my gosh. I still can't get over the look I always see on the Wild Samoans. It's like they have a one-track mind towards savage brutality. They for sure answer yes to every question that makes up a scary tag team. Yes, they're rough. Yes, they're tough. Yes, they remain. Yes, they were hurt. And
Bubba cutter.
that was the Dudley Boys showing the Wild Samoans what tag team wrestling is all about.
Counter. He knew just what to do.
Fast thinking saved him there.
Slam down hard.
Looks like Sika's loading up.
Down the bonus.
Into the Samoa drop. Incredible from the top.
Hard to imagine there's much left in the tank.
Yeah, he's absolutely in danger of losing it all here. And we're witnessing two titans of the tag team game absolutely destroying each other here. The Wild Samoans and the Dudley Boys battling for supremacy, battling to to get the other team through some tables.
No count out as he takes things out of the ring.
I think it's time to clear out.
Yeah, this is a bad situation.
He puts him on the table. We know this will not end well.
Oh my God!
In no way is this a good situation.
With authority!
Guys, they're getting a little too close for comfort. Stop hiding behind Cole, Saxton.
Back into the ring now. Taking the action to the outside.
Might be taking him.
Oh my! Boom!
Now he's got a chance to best Bubba Ray here. Counters that with an arm drag. Oh boy, he is setting up the table, taking this to a whole nother level. Rocked with the point of the elbow. Elbow on the spot.
Heads outside the ring.
And no countouts means he can take his time.
Devon now trying to capitalize.
Every counter being answered with another. There's a headbutt.
He gets sent straight down to the floor. He's out of the ring. What does he have in mind now?
Down to opponent and a double axe handle smash.
Specifically targeting the leg.
Oh man, I'm not liking the look of this.
And Alpha and Sika just beat the Dudley Boys at their own game.
Here are your winners, Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
And it's the Wild Samoans standing tall, having beat the Dudley Boys at their own game.
Devon and Bubba pushed Alpha and Sika to their limits, but in the end, there was only one way this match could end.